So, last weekend my dad decided it was finally time to pass down his love of the great outdoors, read, obsession with buying camping gear he never uses, to me and my younger brother. Instead of, actually going outdoors, he set up his brand new, unnecessarily high-tech tent in the backyard. He was adamant that this would be a real camping experience, even brought out his ancient lantern, a cooler of hot dogs, and an air mattress that looked more comfortable than my actual bed. Naturally, my brother and I were excited, mostly because Dad promised to show us how to make s'mores and tell us scary stories about the time he got lost in IKEA. Things started to get a little strange when our neighbor, Mrs. Jenkins, popped her head over the fence and warned us to beware of the midnight marauder. Dad laughed it off, saying, "Back in my day, the only thing that marauded was my appetite after a long hike." But, as the sun set and the shadows grew longer, weird noises started coming from the bushes. First, it was a soft rustle, then what sounded distinctly like something, unzipping chip bags. Dad, ever the brave leader, pretended not to notice and confidently told us wilderness survival was all about keeping your wits sharp and your snacks sealed. Around midnight, just as Dad was dramatically recounting how he once fended off a squirrel with a plastic spork, the tent shook violently. My brother screamed, I nearly inhaled my marshmallow whole, and Dad froze mid-sentence, his flashlight beam catching what looked like beady eyes reflecting just outside the tent. In a blur of flailing limbs and muffled curses, Dad declared that real men know when to retreat and booked it back into the house, leaving us with a hastily zipped-up tent and his half-eaten s'more. We woke up the next morning to find the tent door wide open, the cooler raided, and an extremely fat raccoon lounging on Dad's air mattress, looking more comfortable than we ever did. So, in the end, it turned out Dad couldn't bear the outdoors, but our raccoon neighbor sure could.